bracket between these two players. The first of whom is a Proclus player playing in yellow. Up in the top right-hand corner. Representing Team Z's, here's Dipwood.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, playing Precise Storm Gaming, it is SLeet, the Zerg player, in the blue trunks. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Start the game off. We will see 8 Pro Brush and a heart. No, okay. Never mind.
Oh, you don't see a Pro Brush.
I was excited for Pro Brush. I thought he was going to do the hug heart around the base of SLeet, though. For a second, it looked like it.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
I tried to do a heart once on rally points, and it just ended up being malformed and horrible. Made it really sad.
We will see a gate fast expand, probably out of Dipwood. Probably nothing too, I mean, I'm not going to say nothing too aggressive, but obviously not some sort of proxy gate. So gate with fast expand, going for his natural right now, getting that first Zealot out, which I really like that very, very early Zealot to just fend off any early aggression, but doesn't look like there'll be that much. What do you think really on this map? We've seen Dipwood's crazy greedy style. What do you think the proper punishment SLeet should do? I mean, I can see definitely doing something like an all-in or a rush, but at this point he can't really do that. What do you think? Speedlings?
I think really he can't like just do it blindly. He has to set himself up to do it a little bit. So if he's taken relatively fast gas, maybe if he'd taken a little bit faster and gone actually gas pool before hatch and just gotten ready with a nice fast speed, that could have turned out pretty well for him. Could have flooded a load of speedings. But as it turns out, Dipwood actually hasn't played as greedy as he has in his previous games, going for a relatively safe gateway expand, getting his Cybercore and his gateway down before his Nexus. So it's actually looking a little bit more aggressive at Dipwood. That chrono on the Cybercore is pretty telling. I think we're going to see some 4-gate aggression come out of Dipwood.
Yep, 3 gates go down.
Possibly even a bit more of a commitment.
Definitely, yeah. 3 gates going down, as Trigonal is saying. 4 gates probably we're going to see. Now, I'm curious if in other tournaments he'll play like this, as in he'll play very greedy the first set, and everyone will be like, okay, he's the greedy guy. And then right now, he did play greedy very early on, but now he's going to sucker punch his opponent in the face. His opponent, which is SLeet, going for 3 bases right off the bat, or not right off the bat, but with generally not that much protection here. Hoping his opponent will play greedy, or at least will do some sort of forged fast expand, which doesn't look like it will happen. SLeet taking a second gas, metabolic boost about halfway done, actually a little bit more than halfway done. But I'm a little bit worried for SLeet here. Now there's 1 proxy pylon, but not the best place. I'd love to see a second proxy pylon just around here. That may delay the Zealot production, but I think it'll be very good, which we will see. Trigonal, what do you think SLeet needs to do to defend this?
I think roaches would have been great if he got them out, but as it is, he's just producing a ton of lings. I think he won't really have a problem holding this off too much. There's no +1 on these Zealots, so they will actually die to lings. And especially if he can get like a decent engagement where he cuts one of them off from the rest of the pack, like he is doing, and splits them up. Because pro teams are pretty much just always stronger when they travel in packs.
Definitely, a lot stronger. These Zealots are engaging quite well. They need to keep a nice wall so there's no surround. The Mothership Core providing a lot of coverage right here, and the Queen will be taken down. He really wants to focus down this hatchery, but I think from the other side so he does not get a surround. But actually that may help him not getting flanked there. I would love to see a couple more Zealots warped in, but it looks like they'll be going after that proxy pylon, but there is a second proxy pylon. And at home, looks like Dipwood will be going for that Robo Bay, which will help him a lot, but now with 2 Queens, this Mothership Core has to be very, very careful not to be taken out. A Time Warp goes down, will not be able to mass recall. I think these Zealots may get out ahead just barely, a couple more Zealots being warped in. The Mothership Core just barely won't die, and these Queens will be targeted down and probably die. I don't think there's enough transfuse there, and it looks like the third will be focused down, and I'm quite sure it's going to go down here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Didn't commit quite heavily this, but it paid off. And SLeet, he loses third base. He's not quite sure what to do with his links. He's not sure whether to send them across the map or keep them home. But there are a bunch of sentries back home for Dipwood, so sending them across the map wouldn't really get anything done. And right now, the pylon's a bit getting taken down, but Dipwood's probably not that bothered about this. These Zealots are going to trade off as efficiently as they can, and if they survive, That's pretty good. If they don't, like, they've done their job. They've cancelled the third. They've forced so many lings out of SLeet. I mean, you're looking at the unit lost tab. 60 lings have gone down. There's 24 more on the map. That's a lot of potential drones that could have been, mining from this third base in an ideal world for SLeet.
Most definitely. Right now, Dipwood is supply blocked. Another pylon taken out. But for SLeet right here, going up to layer, getting 1-1 out, and I'm guessing we're going to see a very, very large attack around the 12 to 13 minute mark, depending on what tech he chooses. But it looks like we'll probably see a strong attack. Lings flooding. Oh, actually, Lings won't quite flood in. But it'll be I'm very curious when we're going to see Dipwood actually take that third base of his. I don't know if he's going to take it anytime soon. He did a lot of damage with that. But I don't think he will. Yeah. What were you about to say? You were about to say something.
I was just thinking, I don't think he's planning on taking his third base anytime soon. A bunch of, behind the Zealot pressure, Robo's been going down, Immortal's been coming out of them, a bunch of sentries have been being warped in as well, and now Dipwood warping in a ton of gateways as well. He's going to be going for the ever-popular Zealot, Sentry Immortal all in, and SLeet is not going to be in a good place to deal with this. He's lost his third base, so he's way behind his macro now, and macro is everything today. Whether they're all-inning, whether they're defending all-ins, it pretty much always comes down to how much macro you can get in before you have to start producing units. And SLeet's macro has been hurt quite badly. He doesn't have a Roach Warren, at all. He will be relying on solely Lings to deal with this, and they're not going to go so hot against all the sentries, against the Warp Prism micro that can go in, and it's a little bit worrying.
Yeah, what's great about this attack right now is the initial Zealots survived. Oh, there may be a little flank onto that Mortal, but it doesn't look like we'll see it. Pylon being put in place, Photon Cannon down, which I think is a very good idea. What I was going to say with this main army of... What I was saying with his main army of Dipwood right here is he did not lose his original Zealots, so they're going to be very, very strong. Now, he does not want these Lings to be able to flank and take out this Mortal. But normally what you're doing right now is warping in those Zealots, but instead he already has those Zealots and can warp in other units. And we'll see what he has to do. Lings doing a decent flank, but the main army of Dipwood attacking this third base, Zealots providing a nice wall to take those Lings on, and it looks like not a single force field out yet, so it'll be very good. 2 Guardian Shields going down, a little bit nervous about doing 2 Guardian Shields and some nice force fields, saving that 1 Immortal. Very good position. SLeet GG. Dipwood takes game 1 in a very, very nice Zealot pressure into an Immortal all-in, which I think worked quite well for him. And welcome back to ASL Round of 32, Group D. Currently in the Lazarus match, it will be in the top corner of Vanny Research Station, playing the Zerg race, representing Zerg quite strongly. In the purple trunks, currently down 1 game, we have Storm SLeet.
And his opponent is going to be down 6-stroke position. The yellow Protoss from Z's, Dipwood.
Woo! I feel like Saber needs to get a little sound clip in there of clapping, and at WCS in the Blizzard background, how you can hear people hitting the I don't know what they're called, but hitting like the sticks together.
Yeah, the noise sticks.
Yeah, noise sticks. I feel like we should see that, but we're not. Both players going for pretty economic builds right off the bat, or not economic. Both players going for the natural right off the bat. Looks like Dipwood doing a gateway expand, being greedy as he usually is, and Storm's SLeet. No gas yet, going for the spawning pool. Doesn't look like we'll see a lot of aggression, at least with Lings out of him early on.
Yeah, Dipwood isn't walling off though, which I find a little bit interesting. And again, if SLeet had gone for pretty fast gas, he was mining his gas out now and started researching speed as soon as possible. I feel like just a big speeding all-in off 2 bases could do a lot of damage to Dipwood. He's got no wall in off, and I don't know. It would depend a little bit on the scouting, because Dipwood could throw down a wall, but still, I don't know. It's tough.
SLeet going for a third? Maybe. No, he doesn't actually. I thought he was going to throw down a hatch right there. Now, why do you think SLeet did this? I feel like, obviously, okay, if your opponent's playing greedy, you punish it. If your opponent's going to slap you in the face with it like an Immortal all-in, that's good. But, okay, we do see him go for the third. Why do you think this decision, I think, is a little bit risky? At least he's got the natural defended a little bit.
It might be a little risky. He hasn't really seen what his opponent has been doing so far, but having scouted now, he doesn't know how late the Cybercore is, and I guess that's my only real issue with. He's trying to go 3 hatch a little bit blind. Maybe it's kind of greedy, but he is going to get away with it just fine. Dipwood's been doing some greed of his own. One of the links is going to slip past, and it's going to get the full scout off, going to pick up on all the information that Overlord missed, and I imagine SLeet feels pretty happy with what he sees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely. SLeet getting a nice scout off right about now, or at least. Yes, he's with the link. But that Zealot will clean it up on the other side of the map. The drone of Dipwood, sorry, not the drone, the probe of Dipwood, seeing SLeet's hatchery, checking that out. SLeet macroing up at this point. Now, I think from SLeet, he hasn't taken any gas yet, but I think really make a few lings, hold on for a while, and then just make sure to deny any third attempts by Dipwood with that small ling amount, and then get roach speed up, or get roach speed, and then just hold back for a little bit. And so I think really denying the third and holding back until we can have a strong mid-game force would work out for SLeet quite well.
Yeah, I think I agree. The last time he played on Vanny Research Station, we saw a pretty similar build, and then he made what was in my opinion a mistake of moving out on the map a little bit too early, and just kind of getting repelled by SLeet, and then the counter swing sort of set him down a path to lose the game. So if he plays this one a little bit more defensively, he doesn't have to try to be safe. These just a couple Zealots is quite nice. I think the Zealots aren't a big investment, and they force a fairly disproportionate response out of a Zerg player. You can't really hold this off with just a couple of Queens, especially at this stage in the game where they're all fairly low energy, and you can threaten quite a lot of drones. So this is a nice move out of it with it.
Yeah, most definitely out of Dipwood. I really like this early Zealot aggression. These queens should be able to deal it up, but he wants to be very, very careful not to lose that one queen right there. Brunt of the attack taken by one queen. Lings coming in, taking out the first Zealot. Probably going to take out the second one eventually as these Lings run it down. But a nice proxy pile on the left-hand side of the map, but SLeet will spot it right off the bat, sees the probe is still with it, sees the mothership core. I'm a little bit worried about SLeet's aggression right here. I don't think it's going to go well for him. Now, Metabolic Boost is pretty far away from being done, still about 100 seconds left, but there's a lot of Lings coming out for SLeet, and this proxy pylon will be denied, and SLeet's saying, okay, I'm going to take a third. And this is the position where I think really we should see from SLeet a lot of Lings pumped out. Go for that third, try to cancel it as fast as he can, especially since there's only a mothership core, but cancel it before full drone overcharge and get down, then sit back, macro up into a mid-game.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. SLeet really likes his Lings, man. He's going for a really strong Ling-heavy style in Game 1. In Game 2, it looks like he's going to try and mirror that. I don't think this third is going to get out. No way at all.
Definitely.
Though, actually, having that being said, Dipwood does have 5 gateways, so he can move with quite a lot of Zealots, and these Lings don't have speed yet. Nah, yeah, it's still going to get cancelled.
Yeah, he's definitely going to need to cancel this. If it doesn't get cancelled, I'm going to be... Okay, I was like, if that doesn't get cancelled, I'll be very surprised, but Metabolic Boost, Ling speed, kicking right at the exact moment, and he may actually get into the main. There's nothing... Oh! Ooh, not quite enough.
Oh my god, they get in!
Things in the main, and go into the natural.
This is really bad for Dipwood. They're going to get a lot of probe kills here. They're just tearing through that middle line so fast. If you can split off a couple into the main as well, that's going to be even more damage. But as it is, pretty nice stuff done so far. Gonna try and run around. Actually, no, you can't snipe that Nexus. That's a bit ambitious. But yeah, the Focus Overcharge going out. Oh, nice force field. But I mean, that's still not really where he wanted to spend that energy in trying to defend. And more Lings coming out of SLeet, actually. He's still just producing nothing but Lings on 55 drones right now and throwing down a hide bed. And it looks like this third Nexus is going to get cancelled again.
Definitely. And I'd like to point out 11 probes dead so far for Dipwood. And I really like seeing this Ling aggression. I love the Ling aggression. We see +1/1 coming out for these Lings to get it up. But we also see Blink coming down for Dipwood, which does kind of negate some of his sentries here. But actually, both players very high on gas. 600 gas for Dipwood and 600 for SLeet. 700 for SLeet, actually. So gas not really an issue right now. So I think going into Roaches or Hydras mid-game will be very strong. But it looks like, no, actually they will not. Oh, actually I think they could have right there. They could have.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, it's not quite.
Yeah, what they're going to go for instead is just taking overwhelm this army, and he's not going to trade efficiently, but he's going to kill all the units in the end, and that's all that matters, really. So long as you've got units left over, and plenty of stuff here for SLeet just to overwhelm what Dipwood has. Dipwood is morphing in walking in High Templar right now, but still, the third base, which he's invested so much into time and time again, is not going to get up. He doesn't get a cancel off this time either. And if SLeet saw the telltale blur of those Dark Templar, he's going to be in really good position. If he didn't, he's still okay. Like, he's got a leg. He can morph into detection.
Mm-hmm. And I love the DTs. Very good idea. They actually, good idea, not going for the queen. But I want to see them go into the main and try to snipe this Hydralisk Den. Hydralisk Den is coming out. +1 range and speed is coming down for these Hydras. Like I was saying, going very strong mid-game. Pumping out 9 Hydras. Uses 600 gas pile up. But now DT into the main. Starting to work on these drones. Then a DT into the third base. Going for that queen. Instantly, Spore Crawlers going down for each of them. But I feel like with a little bit of micro, the DTs actually be able to get him. With this DT deciding to go for the queen in the production. Interesting choice. And off of the back of all of this, Overlord speed and Spire coming down. I'm really like what we're seeing out of SLeet right here. And I'm really excited to see what he's going to do.
Yeah, he's going to have to invest a little more into his drones after these Dark Templar are finished. I think they were at least 10 kills on the other one last time I checked, and it's got 8, up to 9 before it does get taken out. So his drone count's taken a bit of a hit, but it's a hit he can afford to take. He did so much damage to Dipwood, who's still sitting down at 38 probes, and still, again, no big AoE stuff coming out of Dipwood. This is kind of similar to what we saw in Dipwood's the first game of the night, where it was just a bunch of Blink Stalkers, again on this map. No AoE, and Ling Hydra is just so good against that.
Definitely, yeah. No AoE for Dipwood right here. I'd love to actually have seen a Templar Archives go down instead of the DT, because I don't think there was that much damage done. He killed 13 workers, but Dipwood has lost 18 himself. Templar Archives coming down right now. Charge on the back of that. Psystorm coming down. But I'm kind of nervous for Dipwood's army right here. Even if he can push this back, he does not have the economy, I don't think, to support the Templar Archives, and actually he may have the economy that I don't think he actually does here. Very nice force field keeping out a lot of these Hydralisks, and it looks like Hydralisks they do have that +1 range, which is a great idea, so he wants to keep this Overseer up to be able to snipe this gateway and maybe this Forge right here, but these Stalkers are working on these Hydralisks, and they do have Blink right now.
This Forge is seconds away from finishing +2 attack. It's not going to get it, is it?
Wait, no, it didn't.
No, it did. Oh my god.
Oh, little quick chrono at the very end getting down. Psystorm about 20 seconds, about actually 30 seconds away right now. Dipwood hanging on maybe for a little while longer. He needs these force fields to be quite good, and they are so far. And I'd just like to say that SLeet on his side of the map, creep spread doing amazing right now.
Yeah, and the Mutalisks are coming up behind this because SLeet needs some way to get into the main base, and those are going to be really annoying. Dipwood does have the Storms, which deal quite well with them, but still, High Templar, they're not known for their speed, so definitely SLeet can be running around and running between the main and the natural, and just there's a little bit of airspace behind them as well to help out. Oh, the force field expires though, and SLeet, is he going to pounce on this, or is it just a trap? I think it's just trying to...
No, nice storms!
That's a lot of High Templar. There's going to be a lot of Storms, and they're killing off a lot of these Lings, but there's a lot of Hydras still left over, although nice force field is going to lock all of them out. Good moves from Dipwood, but I mean, now he doesn't have much left over when this force field expires. He's morphing in another sentry, but just gets the force field down. If SLeet had been paying a little more attention there, he would have been able to move straight on up. Still though, Mutalisks, GG. Welcome back, and welcome to Secret Spring, where our 2 players will face off for game 2. And first one, spawning up in the top right-hand corner, and hoping there's going to be a game 3, because he's currently down 1. Oh no, actually, this is game 3, isn't it? Oh,
this is game 3. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, this will decide which one goes forward to have a chance at advancing on to round of 16, and which one will be eliminated. So the first player up in the top right-hand corner is a yellow Protoss from Z's. It is Dipwood.
And his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner, consistently denying any third for Dipwood, playing for Psystorm Gaming. It is SLeet. I like that right there. I like that. As we've seen out of Dipwood consistently going for the 9 pylon, expand, and the gateway. Very, very greedy player, but I mean, it seems to work out for him. He is in Masters.
Yeah, he's a pretty strong player, and looking like a gateway expand out of Dipwood, or at least, Nexus first. And on this map, the advantage to going forward first expand of being able to get like a nice wide wall in defended by just a cannon is pretty well nullified by the fact that you don't have a nice wide wall, or nasty wide wall, depending how you look at it.
Literally just doesn't exist for him right now. All right. Oh, just got the Night with Shalon single. I had it pre-ordered, and I thought it was going to come out tomorrow, but it's coming out now. I'm excited. All right. So, see what these players are doing. Dipwood not going for... Actually, I thought he was going to do a wall to the south position of that pylon, and I was like, that is a really strange wall. Why didn't you just wall there? But looks like it won't. We do see from SLeet a full scout off into Dipwood's base, does not see the natural, but can assume the natural is there. Gateway expand, as we were saying, and out of SLeet actually putting on some very, very early aggression. I'm really excited what's going to see out of SLeet here. What we will see out of SLeet.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. He's actually going up for a third base pretty quickly. Yeah, quite greedy play here. And I don't know, the third base on this map, I think getting it up faster, if you're going to go for it, getting up faster is better than trying to play it mediumly safe. And actually running in here, kind of abusing the fact that SLeet hasn't got his wall up yet. If he can kill this pylon off, it'll be a really big deal. And Dipwood knows that. He's going to build a second pylon to reinforce it and build a bunch of probes off the line. But SLeet will be driven back.
Now there is no gas right now, so Metabolic Boost will in no time get here, which is definitely what SLeet would need for that. But the wall-in is complete now. Cybernetics Core walling that off. Zealot will be out. That would have been huge if he got that pylon, but it looks like he won't. Trying to get a few drone kills here and there. 3 workers dead so far for Dip. Or wait. Yes, 3 workers have been killed so far. SLeet has taken that out, and he's going up to the natural, confirms the natural, and may pick off a drone there, a probe there, while Dipwood's Zealot will move in and kill something.
Yeah, all looking pretty good. However, I mean, Dipwood's still not really that happy about the fact that these lings have got in his base. It's only like, I mean, there were only 4 that got in, 3 now, but it's still so annoying that Zealot will have to chase them off. A bunch of mining time keeps being lost, but these probes have to just drive them away from the middle line. If he doesn't, they just get in, they surround one drone, kill it down so quickly. And apart from this, one of I think Protoss' biggest assets against Zerg is it's so difficult to scout them. You have to sacrifice an Overlord just about every single time, and even if you do, you're not guaranteed to see everything. So having the 3 links in that base completely removes that advantage. Now, they did get cleaned up, and Dipwood can start to be, a little bit more mysterious, at least in SLeet's eyes.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that, except for this situation right now. While Dipwood was dealing with that, he did not scout and has no units on the other side of the map to scout. So Dipwood actually does not know about this third, doesn't even know about the natural base. I mean, he can assume the natural, but he's not scouted that either. So he really is playing blind right now and does not have a sentry, or sentry actually just coming out right now, but it'll still be about 20-30 seconds before he gets any scout. And I'm a little worried about him. I'm a little worried for him because he does not know about this third. Queen at the third, it's 18 lings on the way, same time droning up. We will see speed coming out, only starting just now. So for right now, it's going to be incredibly hard for Dipwood to take a third, and he does not know about this third of SLeet. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how Dipwood will spawn, and I don't think he's in that great of a position.
No, I certainly have to agree there. Having all those links stream into his base is just not really something you want to happen to you. SLeet, though, he's built a lot of links to try and cancel this third base, and I've never actually considered that as a third base composition, but I guess it's a pretty decent one, especially if you get Blink Stalkers. However, right now, Dipwood doesn't have Blink Stalkers. Dipwood doesn't have actually anything that can stop these links from just canceling this. Boom.
And it's literally canceled. Army goes straight through it. Ling's trying to catch up to this final probe. Speed will be done in about 30 seconds, which, I mean, there's no way this army's going to be able to push up this gate. Oh, maybe it will. Nope, yeah, the force field is like, there's no way it's actually going to happen. We do see out of Dipwood 2 more gateways, adding actually 3 more gateways, making him on 6th gate right now, I believe. Let me check that. Yes, 6th gate right now, and his natural is fully mining so far. SLeet goes up to check the third, no third there. So essentially for Dipwood, he's going to do a very, very heavy all-in. all his macro is complete and he's seeing what he can do. But I really like SLeet's response to this 1-1 going down, staying on Lings. I think we're going to see what we saw last game, denying the third or denying any attack from here. And especially even though with five sentries here, there's just so many Lings. Ooh,
there's a bunch of Lings here. I mean, 5 sentries is actually enough to literally infinitely force field that ramp. So Dipwood will defend, but he won't move out for quite a while. Actually getting this proxy pylon has been... Did SLeet not see that? Did he miss that?
He sees it now. Yeah, he sees it now. I didn't see that go down though earlier on. That may have been down. And it looks like these Zelts will be moving in now. There's not a lot of Lings here, but there is enough to defeat them. 1-1 still on the way, almost done. Zelts will be taken care of, and they'll move in and take out these proxy pylons. Now it'll be key if he sees a second proxy pylon, because that'll really spell what's going to happen in this game. Templar Archives in charge coming down for Dipwood, which I think is a really good idea. How do you feel about that in PvT versus this composition? I think it's very good. You have the Zealots or actually, I don't think it's great. You could probably do better, but in this situation, I think it's really a good idea. Zealots in the front, taking the brunt of these Lings while the Storms just massacre them. And I'd like to point out that SLeet has not seen this proxy pylon. So how do you feel?
No, SLeet hasn't scouted it at all. I think Zilla Archon is like, it's the most A-move composition there is pretty much. There's not much in the way of micro on that. It's kind of interesting how SLeet is breaking down the Destructible Rocks on the side while actually breaking down the Collapsible Rock Tower in the middle as well. I think he
breaking them on the top too.
Yeah. He wants to like open up the longer attack paths, and that's an interesting move to make. It kind of advantages him because he's got the more mobile army composition, so he can move around a lot more. But I'm not really sure what his game plan is with it. Without him taking a fourth, he's just getting increasingly more towards like a bit more of an all-in and staying on Lings for so long. Eventually, Dipwood is gonna get. It's going to get a lot of splash damage out, and the splash damage is going to annihilate the Lings, and then SLeet's army will be pretty well redundant. The Hydras being mixed in add a little bit more to that, but he needs something to replace the Lings, because I'm pretty sure there's Storm now. No, actually no Storm.
Storm has not been started yet. Storm has not been started yet on the back of this SLeet, taking a 5th base and probably going to go in to snipe this. Oh, actually, there's no third. I was looking. Probably going to go in for a little bit of attack here. I really like this Hydra mix in, essentially doing what he did in game 1, trying to get out some Archons right here, but a very nice. Oh, no force fields yet. Army of SLeet not actually moving in, deciding to pull back. Ooh, that almost could have been very, very devastating for Dipwood. SLeet trying to get a better position right here. We do see Hydra speed coming down so far, so the Hydras are slow right now, and that'll be very, very good for Dipwood, deciding to actually pull back into his natural, or into his main to hold for as long as he can. Storm only starting now and no Archons, and I'm a little bit worried for SLeet, even though, I'm a little bit worried for Dipwood, even though SLeet cannot move up this ramp, his economy is going to go nowhere, especially when his opponent's on 4 base. What do you think Dipwood really needs to do?
It's tough to say. He needs to find some kind of way of moving out. That's why SLeet didn't actually just run through the ramp there. Oh my god, he just focuses down that Cybercore, and the Lings aren't getting the Grace Mount surface area, but there's nothing to answer to them. A few of them are going to split off up into the natural base, and they're going to wreak havoc. Dipwood will be able to clean these Lings up, but losing this Mousy Core hurts, and losing all those probes in his natural is not really what he wanted to happen.
And Dipwood lost probes in the natural.
He actually, I don't actually think he did.
He did lose me.
A couple nice Zealot Wolfins, so really well handled there by Dipwood actually. However,
no, I think
Cybercore's gone.
That was a part of his wall. Now I think that would have been a lot better for SLeet if he would have moved his Hydras in. He for a real long time didn't move his Hydras in. He's actually going to Spire, and 26 more Lings coming out. Now SLeet has to be so careful right now. He does not want to lose what he has, but then again, Dipwood is not that large of an army, but these Storms will devastate these very, very low health Hydras. As Trigonal and I were talking earlier, actually, if you Storm Hydras, they come out with just 1 health because of Zerg regen, so it takes 2 Storms or a lot of Zealots to be able to deal with them.
Takes 2 to tango indeed, and
2 to tango, yes it does.
SLeet has a drone coming along with this army as well, and this always seems to happen to me when I'm playing Zerg, and I never know why. But yeah, these Hydras are very low health. They're not mucus, they're not going to regen in like half a second. So it's going to be tough. However, SLeet, with his reinforcing Links, he's going to try and move out this ramp again. And Dipwood is not really in position to deal with this. There's no force field. He is going to put it down now, but there's still a bunch of Hydalists. Some good Storms that are going to reduce them down to very low health and kill a few of them. This time, a couple of probes is going down in the natural though, and a big round of Zealot Wolfins is having to try and deal with these lanes.
Yeah, definitely some very nice storms right off the main of Dipwood right here, getting a lot of these Hydras, and a lot of Hydras are dead, but still 16 workers dead for Dipwood, and right now in Dipwood's position, see, he is defending, yes, but eventually he needs to move out and take a third, and there's no third for him. While SLeet is on 4 bases, going quite well. The entire army of SLeet is dead now, but now he's just remaxing on mutas and lings. And right now for SLeet, he is at literally 1,000 more minerals a minute and 500 more gas a minute. So he's such a large income. I don't know what Dipwood can do really. I mean, even with the army right here, he needs to take a third and a fourth right at the same time to have any idea of what he's going to do.
Yeah, SLeet absolutely has such an overwhelming advantage. He can make a bunch of different... He has so many options here. And Dipwood is kind of left hanging a little bit. He has killed 164 lings this game, but SLeet has plenty more where they came from. And the Mutalisk running in, I think, are going to, again, be a bit of a nail in the coffin for Dipwood. He does have the Templar Archives for Archons and Storms, so the Mutas aren't going to be able to fight Dipwood's army, but they're going to do pretty well at fighting his probes, and he has nothing that has the mobility, like Blinkstalkers or Phoenixes, to stop these Mutalisks just running around and annihilating his every mineral line. And they come into natural, their probes are going to have to be pulled.
Yeah,
Dipwood's going to try and go for base trade.
Nothing in the natural to defend. I mean, even with going with the base trade, there's so many Hydras and Lings meeting this army. And on the back of this, and during Locust going down, actually, maybe with some nice storms, this force of Dipwood can actually win right here. But still, those mutas doing so much damage, taking out every single probe. Actually, the probes getting out of there. 32 probes dead so far for Dipwood, though. And it looks like GG, well played. SLeet takes game 3. SLeet 2-1-ing Dipwood, but still both playing so well.